My grandma made me this hat. Look at this thing. She's a crocheting machine, the woman. Good stuff. And it's warm on my head. That's the town beach over there. It's closed in the winter, otherwise I'd get closer. This is as close as I could get. But it's a classic town beach. They have a little snack shack where you could get a Hot Pocket. And I'd always get a Hot Pocket. At the town beach, they had these little pedal boats where you kick your feet to make it go. And you could sit up to 4 people in them. And it was the summer before junior year of high school that I was hanging out with this girl. We met at theater camp, of all places. And we were out on a boat, and I told her I never held a girl's hand before, and then she held my hand. And I was so hard on myself as a kid. I think we all are in different ways. But I'd beat myself up over not having a girlfriend, and just a little moment like that will stick with you for a long time. It was a very nice gesture. It was a nice boat ride. Probably was right out way over there somewhere that it happened. Somewhere out in the water. I ended the last 3 years with a sort of informal wrap-up video where I shouted out my favorite creators and movies I watched that year. And I'm still gonna do that over on my movie channel. But I wanted to make something a little more special and personal this year, just because it was such a crazy year. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, the craziest year of my life. So many ups, so many downs. And some might say the year went insano style. Not really though. They could say that if they want, but it was a crazy year. This is pretty. That's why I put the camera here and stuff, because I thought it was pretty. I just want to extend a sincere thank you to everyone who watches. I really do mean that, because I know I make a weird variety of stuff, and I love doing that, and it's an honor that there is anyone who wants to watch, let alone so many people. So, thank you for watching. That really means a lot. All right, so I'm gonna take you through the process of me setting up one of these shots, because I think my technical process would make some cinematographers cringe, because I'm the least technical guy in the world. So I'm gonna try to be as random as I can be. Just throw the camera down anywhere. And then instead of tweaking it, instead of like moving the tripod like, ooh, it's gonna be 2 inches to the left, 2 inches to the right, I literally just place it anywhere and then find a shot from where I placed it. This is how I make all my movies, all my videos. I don't adjust the tripod over and over again. I literally just find a shot and I'm like, oh, there's a rock over there. That's nice. Where do I want the horizon to be? Oh, that's nice. And then I'm like, I see where I want to be in the shot, and I'm like, I want to be on the rock. I framed this around the rock, I should be on the rock. And I walk over, and then I have a shot, and then I talk from here. I say something like, wow, isn't movies amazing? If there's one story in particular that sums up the craziness of my year, it has to be this one. And that's at the start of the year, Justin Roiland asked me to make an animation for this anthology he was working on. And I said, yeah, I'd love to. And I shot in the dark. I was like, hey, can I cast Tom Kenny in it? And lo and behold, through Hulu magic, I got Tom Kenny in my animated short. He called me up the night before. He was so enthusiastic. I'm like, this guy's like a veteran. He's done this 1,000 times, and here he is so excited to do yet another project. And I was like, man, to carry yourself with such like appreciation for what you do is so amazing. and he showed up and we improvised the whole thing together. And he's like, I don't really do improv, and of course he killed it because he's Tom Kenny. And we had such a blast. And after filming, he said, hey, you got to go to these luchador wrestling matches. And I was like, what a strange thing to say to somebody. And but lo and behold, we kept in touch, and since then I've gone to not one, not two, but 3 luchador wrestling matches with Tom Kenny. I brought my friends. It's a total blast. And look them up if they're in your area, because they're a total just crazy fest of people flying through chairs. You literally have to get up and get out of the way before the wrestlers get thrown at you. It's so theatrical and fun and crazy. And he just invited us because he loves sharing it. He's been going to these things forever, and he's like, you guys got to check these out. You'd love them. And lo and behold, it was a blast. And, you know, the saying goes, never meet your idols, but I guess in this case, it's definitely meet your idols. And when you do, go to luchador wrestling matches with them, because it's fun. I was talking with my friend Chad, and he was the one that said, craziest year of my life. And I was like, now that you mention it, it was the craziest year of mine too. And I think that's a good way to put it, you know. I've had some rough endings to years, and I always thought to myself, let's hope next year is better. Let's hope it's not so bad again or something. And I really think the best way to look at it, instead of better or worse, is let's just hope it's a crazy year again. Let's hope life keeps throwing stuff at me, and I keep having to either dodge it or catch it. and let's hope I end next year saying craziest year of my life once again, and then being able to mean it, because that sounds nice to me. It sounds like a life well lived. Ooh. In my van video a year and a half ago, I used this shot. And I said I used it before, and I was repeating myself. And then now I'm repeating myself again because I still like it. Just do what you like. Have fun. I like silhouettes. This is fun for me. This is also pretty. That's why I did it. I think I've said this before, but I spent a shockingly little amount of my childhood actually outside exploring Massachusetts. You know, most days I was inside playing video games, and I don't regret that because I had tons of fun. You know, I wish I could still have that much fun playing video games. These days I just don't have the time, or if I do spend time doing it, I feel kind of guilty. But yeah, I mean, since coming home for COVID and then all the subsequent visits home, that's when I really started getting out and exploring and filming here. And you know, you came to realize that it's not just some podunk small town that I left behind. It's a podunk small town that I left behind that has lovely trees and lakes and fields for when I do come home. So take that as you will. When I was a kid, I lived on the other side of this lake, and me, my brother, and our friend would hop on boogie boards and kick all the way across it, and sometimes take the rowboat. We had an old rickety rowboat we'd take across, and we'd come to this little beach here and swim. And one time at this beach, my dad found a water snake, and to impress us, he grabbed it, but he grabbed it by the tail instead of the head, so it spun around and bit him on the thumb. So that was funny. One time at this beach when I was a kid, I snuck off from everyone else and built this naked sand lady, like a full-size woman out of sand, and I, you know, with rocks for nipples and eyes. and I was so scared somebody would see it. I thought like I committed a crime or something. And I don't know if that made me a horny kid or an artist in training. Probably a bit of both, depends who you ask. Today marks 3 years since my dad died. He died on December 29th, 2019 at 4 a.m. in the morning. And this is where he's buried, somewhere around here. He never got a gravestone. Whenever I'm home, I come and check, and there's still not a grave, and maybe that's on us. Maybe it's something we were supposed to do. But I've always found a rock to be a pretty sorry monument for a human life, especially one as special as his. Never gets easy, but it gets easier. That's the best advice I was given. And I've told many people that since.
Wait for me. Sorry when I stop. Suffering happens to us all. If we loved at all. Look at decisions as falling dominoes. They don't seem so wicked. Might not be right though. That's how good stories go. That's how life goes.
One of my childhood best friends lived down this street. And you might not know by looking at it, but there used to be a llama pen back here, and that shed is where the llamas slept. And we'd walk down the street and knock on the door and be like, hey, can we hang out with the llamas? And as kids, they'd let us get in with the llamas.
If we lived at all.
Planet Fitness, can I get a witness? Trying to fit this stanza, Costanza, like George of the jungle. Got an infection, it's fungal. Camera's down and I'm yelling, uh-oh. Camera's back and I'm saying, let's go. Did you have a good year?
That was pretty good.
Do you think?
Pretty eventful. Probably my most eventful yet.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Most stuff.
Most stuff. At the end of your life, they have the year awards. They like have different categories.
Yeah.
2045 was a good one, but we got to give most stuff to 2022. That's like a lot of stuff happened that year.
The Spotify Wrapped, but for your life.
Yeah, life wrapped.
Yeah.
Do you know why pirates wore eye patches?
Yeah.
Say it with me. Because they look cool. Because they look cool.
I was going to say the actual.
Do you know why they wore eye patches? They looked really cool.
So they look badass.
They wanted to look like a pirate.
Yeah. They want to look scary.
Well, I gotta get this moonshot now that you said it.
Sorry. Is this the moonshot now?
Yeah, this is the moonshot.
Cool. Do you think if you have the chance, would you go to the moon?
I don't know. I'd have to know the statistics on like surviving it and getting back.
God. Come on.
Would you go?
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Oh yeah, I never looked at it that way. Ready?
Yeah.
One more time. 3, 2, 1.
Cool.
cool. Life is pretty cool.
Yeah. I think so. Sometimes it's not, but that's all right. Kind of goes back to coolness.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, there we go. So that about does her. I end the year quietly. I end the year a little sad, a little depressed, a little hopeful, a little excited, surrounded by friends, surrounded by love, loving movies, loving music, excited to make music, excited to make friends. And with a hat made by my grandma. Happy New Year, guys. I love you all.